Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. Just a quick video, new comic book day video. I didn't have a chance to do it yesterday. I don't usually miss doing it on Wednesday, but hey, it happens. By the way, the Masters is this weekend, so I'll probably be watching the Masters and highlights quite a bit. So I probably won't be doing a live stream tonight or tomorrow, but there's a chance I could do it on Friday. We'll see. Um, I do need to review the Cover Price Hot 10 list for the last couple weeks. There's some good books that are worth mentioning. But we'll dive into it here. Midtown is what I use to highlight the new Comic Book Day books. These are the ones coming out next Wednesday, April 15th. This gives you plenty of time to kind of plan what you're going to do. Buy it online, maybe go to your local comic book shop, see if they've got these books coming in stock. So let's take a look here. We're starting off with Dark Horse. Kill All Immortals #4 will be out. I do like that B cover by Alan Qua. By the way, the last issue, issue 3, the B cover was a Dan Quintana cover. I mentioned that on one of my new comic book day videos a couple weeks ago, and basically said you should pick it up, especially if you can grab it for cover. I grabbed a couple copies for cover, and yeah, it's like a $25, $30 book now. So Dan Quintana is hot right now. All of his covers. I mean, I probably have some of his books from that I bought a couple years ago sitting in my collection somewhere. I'm gonna have to pull those out and locate them. There's a detective comic book that's worth some money. I think it's like $100 book now. There's several covers that he's done that have blown up in price. So yeah, it's kind of cool to see. Well deserved. He's a great artist, and I think his books should have been hot a long time ago. So yeah, sometimes it takes 4 or 5 years for people to catch on. Sometimes it happens right away. You just never know. But Kill All Immortals Volume 2, Issue 3 had that Dan Quintana cover, but I do like this Alan Qua cover. I think that one's pretty good too. Resident Alien, One More for the Road. This is a one-shot, just the one cover. And Witcher Bloodstone, issue 3, just the one cover as well. All right, DC Comics, we've got a third print of Absolute Batman 15. The logo's probably slightly different. Everything else looks the same. I did pick up the Perio cover. I like this cover. This is the third print cardstock cover, the B cover. That's the one I grabbed. Midtown does have an exclusive for Absolute Batman 19. First full appearance of Scarecrow, I believe. Actually, I think it's the first appearance of Scarecrow. This is a Kreese Lee cover. It's pretty nice. There's $20 one, and I guess there's a Virgin foil for $35. Both still available at Midtown. And you've got A cover for Absolute Batman 19, B cover by Ben Oliver. I like that Ben Oliver cover. I think I grabbed all these covers, if I'm not mistaken. The Dragata C cover. Liam Sharp did a nice cover. The 1 in 25 Ariel Olivetti cover. Obviously, you can see because of that discount, there's a lot of people ordering heavy on this issue. Basically, every issue of Absolute Batman, there's a first appearance of somebody. Scarecrow's in 19. I think 20 is going to be Robin, or the Robins, I think it's called. So, yeah. If you're not collecting this series, I don't know why you're bothering to collect comic books, in my opinion. Absolute Batman Annual, 2025 Annual. This is the one-shot third printing, available next week. There's also a B cover by Dragata there, the Batmobile. That one's cool. There's also a Daniel Warren Johnson third print cover. Absolute Wonder Woman Annual has gone to a second printing. There's also a second printing line art cover by Hayden Sherman. And looks like there was a signed and sketched cover of Absolute Batman Batman Day 2025 for $107. Somebody grabbed the one copy that off Midtown there. Batwoman #2. I've heard the series is a pretty good read so far. Greg Rucka is a good writer. Obviously, the art by Danny is going to be really good. I think I pre-ordered that Frizzen cover. I'm pretty sure I did. The C cover by Frizzen. Catwoman '86. I did pre-order that Sebastian Faramira cover. I like that one. There's a nice Cho cover. Michael Walsh did a cover. Forbes. And I don't know if this is a new artist here. Manny Vincent Carbonilla. Sounds very Italian. So we also did a cover. A lot of covers for Catwoman '86 for some reason. I don't know why, but there's like 6 covers there. Deathstroke the Terminator #2. I think I pre-ordered that Kirkham cover. That one's pretty cool. Looks bloody good. End of Life #1 went to a second printing. And it looks like there's 2 different covers there. End of Life #3 will be out. Lobo #2. I mean, this is worth picking up for a couple reasons. First of all, it's Lobo. I love the character of Lobo. Second of all, Scotty Young is doing the writing. I think he's a really good writer. I like the stuff that he's done in the past. And you got Corona doing the interior art, which I think is awesome. So highly recommend this series. I think it's going to be pretty good. I usually pre-order the A and B covers ahead of time, so I'm pretty sure I did that. Let's see here. Anything else worth mentioning? Nightwing #137. I love the C cover by Simmons. I pre-ordered a couple copies of that. Yeah, that's awesome cover. What else we got here? Superman Unlimited #12. Bunch of covers on that. Wonder Woman 32. I do like the B cover by Nakayama. There's a Ruan cover as well. Sampry did a cover. Fornes. Man, it's a bunch of covers here. Perel. Jeez Louise. I think we're done with DC at this point. Yep. Rest are trades and hard covers. Dynamite Entertainment. Is there anything worth mentioning here? Muppets Noir. Metal. I guess people are buying that. Low print run, obviously. I do like that Matina cover of Space Ghost #9. That one looks pretty cool. Let's see what else we got here. These are all limited edition, most of them here. Thundercats, Silverhawks, #1, that will be out. If anybody's interested in that team up. I'm going to kind of page through this. I don't really collect a lot of Dynamite books. Vampirella Armageddon #10. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I pre-ordered that Matina cover. That one's pretty nice. Vampirella Armageddon #8, the metal premium cover, is available at Midtown. And #9, the metal cover by Matina. I do like that cover for 9. That one's pretty sweet. IDW Publishing. Smile for the Camera #2. Yeah, I like the D cover, the 1 in 25 Suspiria Vilches cover. That one's really good. She's a good artist. She's getting a lot more attention lately. I think it's a smart move to pick up any of her incentive covers and just stick them in a box. Forget that you own them. Obviously, it worked for Dan Quintana. Really good art eventually is recognized. Eventually. So keep that in mind. Comic books are not just great stories, they're also fantastic art, and people are always going to want really, really good covers. Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated #5. Looks like that incentive cover sold out. That one's gone. Shredder #7. Those are all still available, and that's it for Dynamite Entertainment. Moving on to Image, or IDW rather. Image, Darkness versus Angelus, #1. This is just a one-shot. Several different covers to pick from there. Fireborn #1. This is the new #1 that could be really good. It kind of, obviously they've got a couple homages there. That's a nice Invincible homage for the B cover. Who knows? Is this going to be the next hot series from Image? It could be. I did pick up a couple. I think the A cover I pre-ordered. One of the Jay Lee covers. Yeah, there's just a bunch of cool covers. There's a 1 in 25, Invincible, Virgin. You've got the Absolute Batman homage there. That's a 1. I think that's a 1 in 50. The 1 in 75 by Jay Lee looks really nice. That's a black and white and blood Virgin cover by Jay Lee. That's going to be your toughest book to find. It's a 1 in 75. I really like the Kirkham cover as well. I think that one looks really awesome. From the world of Lost Fantasy. And I think the other one that I picked up was this Jay Lee cover, the M cover, which I didn't see that until just very recently. So that was definitely not available when I was doing my pre-orders. But I like that cover. So I did grab that off of one of the online providers. But yeah, there's a bunch of covers on that. Fireborn #1. Ghost Pepper #10. That's always a good series to pick up. I really like the Limb cover, the B cover. That one's really good. The Dustin Nugent 1 in 25. That's sold out. But the 1 in 50 is still available. G.I. Joe #21. Yeah, that B cover by Casera is really, really good. Storm Shadow. Who doesn't like a good Storm Shadow cover? Issue 21B, a C cover by Ben Oliver is good as well. The probably going to be one of the hot books coming out next week is the Ito foil cover. This is cover F. This is a 1 in 100 incentive. Yeah, $135. Holy crap. 35% over ratio. I've seen sales on eBay above 150. So tough book to find. Again, G.I. Joe's a popular comic book, but I don't know too many retailers that are going to order 100 copies to get this incentive. So good luck finding that in the wild. Finding that at your local comic book shop will be a challenge for sure. But yeah, it's an awesome cover. Ito's fantastic. I love his art. I was able to grab one of these off of Third Eye a while back for under ratio, believe it or not. So I'm happy about that. I'm already probably double my money on it, which is awesome. Don't even have the book yet. But that's probably going to be your hot. That's one of my hot covers for next week for sure, is that Ito G.I. Joe 21. Ice Cream Man 45. This is always worth picking up. I usually grab both A and B cover. Good read. Invincible Battle Beast #8. I got to tell you, I like the Otley cover. The A covers, I think just pick up the A covers. The Sook cover is really good too. B cover by Sook. I like that one as well. The Rivas cover is pretty good. That's a 1 in 25. The one in, I think this is a 1 in 100 cover actually by Lorenzo De Felici. A little bloody. It looks pretty good though, but yeah, it's discounted down to $54. I could be wrong. I think maybe, yeah, I think this is the cover D. I think is the 1 in 25. I think this is the 1 in 50. So they're all reduced. By the way, if you're not watching Invincible on Amazon, I just started watching it a couple weeks ago. I think I'm on season 3 now. It's really, really good. It's a fantastic cartoon. I can see why all these comic books related to Invincible have gone through the roof. It's a great series for sure, and what they've got, 5 seasons out now, so it's got some legs to it as well. Lost Fantasy number 9. I do like that F cover by Kate Blanchett. Yep, that's a great cover. And looks like the adults only team up cover is sold out. Take note of that. That might be a hot book. Who knows? Narco number 2, if anybody cares about that. Looks like the team up cover is sold out. What else? A lot of books from Image next week. Image has a big week. I do like the B cover. Red Coat number 17. I don't collect Red Coat, but man, I love me some good old Kyle Holtz covers, and that's a good one. That might be worth picking up just for the art, cover art there. Scorch number 50, yeah, B cover by Puppeteer Lee. I love Puppeteer Lee's art. That one's really good. There's a nice Scotty Young cover. Mark Spears did a cover. Yeah, there's just a bunch of covers. McFarland. Super Creep Show number 2 will be out. A cover. There's your homage cover. What was that? Batman 423, I think, homage. B cover looks pretty good too. C cover. I like it. Thing on the Doorstep issue 3. I do like that B cover. That one looks pretty nice. Tigress Island number 2. That was a hot book a couple weeks ago. Yeah, by the way, Image didn't have this blanked out. They were showing some titties the other day when I looked at it. All copies are still available for the issue 2. Witchblade number 20. Yeah, there's a nice Shabina cover. B cover by Shabina. There's also a 1 in 25 incentive cover. Notice the price. It's Midtown's asking $54. eBay it's around 60. So that's pretty good price for a 1 in 25. I mean, way more than double ratio. That just shows you there's a lot of Shabina fans, and a lot of stores are not going to order 25 copies of the 20th issue of Witchblade. They just aren't going to do that. So again, this Shabina cover, it wouldn't surprise me if it's $100 at some point. She's definitely got a big following of people that will buy her art. That's it for Image. Man, a lot of Image books coming out next week. Marvel, Alias Red Band issue 2. I didn't love any of those covers. I did get the first issue Red Band with the Ji-Hung Lee did a cover. I did pick up one of those incentive covers. Big book next week for Marvel is Daredevil number 1. Stephanie Phillips doing the writing. Lee Garbett is doing the art. Again, this is the 9th volume of Daredevil. They keep rebooting it. I don't know. I've kind of fallen off Daredevil. I've not been collecting it. I probably pre-ordered one of these covers. I don't know. Maybe the Malieve cover. I can't remember. I'm sure I pre-ordered one of them. Godzilla Infinity War number 3. 3 covers there to look at. Imperial Gardens, we'll kind of fly through that. I think we're almost done with Marvel. Magic and Colossus number 3. I like that C cover by Malavia. That one's pretty good. Look at that freaking sword. It's awesome. Stephanie Hans did a nice cover too there. And if you really like the Malavia cover, there is a Virgin variant, the 1 in 50, also still available. Planet of the Apes and Fantastic Four. That'll be out next week. Issue 3. I didn't even know about issue 1, so that's probably not a book I'm collecting. Silver Surfer number 2 facsimile. Storm, Earth's Mightiest Mutant issue 3. I really, really love the Ben Oliver cover. That definitely is worth getting just for the cover. The Kevin Wada cover is really good too, but man, the 1 in 50 by Ben Oliver, yeah, that's a fire cover. That's a really, really good cover. Definitely one of the covers of the week next week for sure. Ultimate Wolverine 16. Yeah, I like that lens color. Look at that lens cover. Holy crap. That looks pretty good. I like it. Venom 257, there's a bunch of covers there. There's a classified cover. Godtail did a cover. EJ Sue. X-Men United. Looks like there's several covers there to pick from. Yeah, I kind of like the B cover by Tiago Palma. That one's pretty nice. Opeña did a cover. And that's it for Marvel. Moving on to Independence. Bloodland #3. Yeah, it's a nice Lotte cover. I like that one. That one looks pretty good. Dead Teenagers #2 is out from Oni Press. I think that first issue had some heat on it. Let's see here. Passing through some of this. Mark Spears Monsters, The Monster and the Wolf, issue 3. I think I've been pretty much pre-ordering the A cover only. I do like that Dracula cover though too. And the 1 in 50 cover is marked up to $81. Nectar #1 second printing will be out next week. That series had a really, really good start. I think the prices on some of the incentives have cooled off a little bit. I mean, that 1 in 50, that was like several sales above 300 when the week of release. It's settled back down. I think you can get it under $200 now. So sometimes it pays to be a little patient. If you missed getting it for $50 or less, sometimes it's worth waiting a little bit. Price will come down after the FOMO wears off. Issue 2 will be out though next week. I pre-ordered the A cover. I think I pre-ordered that Wayshack cover too. Now this Wayshack cover is not near as good as the first issue. I mean, it just isn't. Man House cover is really nice. I think I pre-ordered that one. The 1 in 30 black and white Virgin by Wayshack, that's still available at Midtown. The 1 in 40 Man House cover. There's also a Suspiria black bag cover. Ordained #0, the Machine cover. Yeah, I like that B cover by Hairsine. That's pretty bloody. It's nasty. Looks like there's also a 4th printing on Ordained #1 and a 2nd printing on Ordained #2. Racer X #6. I like that A cover by Tomaselli. I think that's really, really good cover. Beautifully done art there. Tomaselli is good, man. I mean, he's another one that I think eventually people will go, holy shit, this guy's really good. Like kind of like they did with Dan Quintana. Dan Quintana has been a good artist for a long time. Like 5-6 years I've been collecting his stuff. I think Tomaselli is just as good. I mean, look at that cover right there. That is a beautiful. I don't collect Racer X. I could care less about the comic book series, but that cover makes me want to buy it. So don't think that art doesn't sell a comic book. It certainly does. It certainly does. The Hab #1. This is another Bad Idea comic book coming out. Bunch of covers there. I don't know. That Steve Beach cover looks kind of cool, but yeah, I don't feel like shelling out $100. It's a 1 in 100 incentive. It's a good cover. I could have grabbed it for $80 off of Third Eye, but I passed on it. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it, I guess. I think we're almost done with Independence. Yeah, Win the Power of the Blood, issue 8. Sometimes there's a good incentive cover. That's it. The rest are all trade paperbacks and hardcovers. There you go, guys. Those are the books coming out next Wednesday. That gives you a little preview. Again, G.I. Joe 21, Ito cover, the 1 in 100. If you can find that book, especially below ratio, yeah, that's a no-brainer. Expect that to be $150 to $200 book consistently. And there's just been almost no sales on eBay too. So that book could be worth a lot more. I don't know. That could be a $300 book. It wouldn't surprise me. It's just like that Turtles book that I bought about a month ago by Ito. I think I paid $67 for it on Midtown. It's a one in one. I think it's a 1 in 150 incentive, and there's been several sales above 300 on that book because you just can't find it. It's just impossible to find. All right, guys, that's what I had for you. Those are some books to take a look at. Hope everyone's having a good week thus far. If I do a video on Friday evening, I'll let you know. I might have some time, probably around 8 to 8:30 range. So if I'm able to, I'll send out notifications on that. Hope you guys have a great week. Go get your comics, and I'll see you soon.